What's up, everyone? I'm going to do some product research on an old online arbitrage list and see if it stands the test of time, see if the products are still profitable or not. Be interesting. We'll do a bit more in-depth analysis, more than normal, where we just speed through and try to come up with a real fast order. Let's see if there's anything still profitable. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this list. It's from one of those lead lists where they'll sell you a list of leads and you could go through them. And obviously, there's usually a lot of competition on these lists. A lot of people looking at the same list. But anyway, this is an older one, so let's just see how it goes. So there are ASINs in this list, so we don't have to use the UPC to find them. There is a supplier name, there's a title, price, of course, and the link to the supplier. So we'll go ahead and upload all these. So we'll use the ASIN to find the products. There is, instead of price, they call it the buy cost here. There's no item numbers, of course. It's it's online arbitrage, but instead of the online putting the item number, we just use the supplier's name. So if it's Walmart or Target or whatever it is, there is a title, so we use the title for the description, and we'll also put the supplier URL in there. Let's go ahead and import this list, and let me also minimize myself. Nice and snug over there in the corner. Okay, so we have some products now. Let's take a look at this product. Look, I'm going to be ignoring anyone that has any product that has a low break-even strength, but I'll just show you why now, because this is the break-even column, and you have all your break-even data. So this product's break-even is $27, and we can see the highest buy box price here, the lowest buy box price, and we have the rating, which is poor, the break-even strength. I'm going to show you why it's poor, and then I'm going to be ignoring all the ones that are poor after this. So why it's poor? It's because the break-even line, the break-even line basically is above the buy box, historically more than it is not. So historically it's been a loser. So if we look at that, we can see all these periods here where the line is below the break-even, and here, and it's been very few times where it's been profitable. So I'm going to ignore any ASIN that has a strength below average, and I'm just going to remove them. I'll show you another example of a positive one and a negative one. So here's a positive one. This is a dark green, so this means it's very positive break-even strength. So the break-even line is much below the buy box, so meaning it's always been profitable. So yeah, looking at this one, it's very obvious. It's always been profitable. So the break-even line is all the way down here. The price is all the way up there. There's so much profit in this one, and it's always going to be profitable based on this price, of course. So let's go back for a second and remove all the ones that are negative. Let's check out one more negative. This one is very negative. It's dark red, the break-even strength. So let's go ahead and check this one out. And we'll just check out the chart over here. And what we see is, look at all this period here where the product's been a loser. Let's enlarge that. So all this time frame, basically if you're buying the product before November of last year of 24, it may have been profitable at some points, not always, just at some points. But look, all this 5-6 month period, it's been a loser. So we're going to ignore this one as well. All right, so let's go ahead and filter out all the ones with a bad break-even strength. So we're going to go filters. I'm going to say add filter, the break-even strength score, and I'm going to say show products that are more than. We'll just go more than or equal to average. Let's also consider the ones that are average. So let's just apply that filter first. All right, so we're down to just 15 products from this list. Now, there's also a lot of products with low sales, but we're gonna look into them and see what they look like. Now, we are at the multiple period. So these are multiples. So a product like this, you probably only FBM it. And that's why there are no FBA sellers at the moment. But let's see how much people are selling it for as FBM sellers. Let's see, there's no one selling at the moment. So let's check out its historic price. See maybe if it's worth FBMing. So this one's not a good one. Just looking at the chart, we can see that the last time someone was selling it was back in January for $6.95. Is it profitable at $6.95? No, it's not. Even at $9.99. It's not profitable. So we're gonna avoid this one. It's barely profitable, and it's multiple anyway. So it's not worth FBMing. So on to the next one. Let's go and check out this one. There's quite a bit of profit, $8.81. That's a lot of profit. It's the one that we checked out earlier. Not many sales, so only 50 sales per month. Let's take a look. So we saw the chart on this one earlier. It's great. Obviously, it's very, very profitable. Now, the BSR is very high. The sales rank is quite high, 119,000. Doesn't equate to many sales. But what I personally would do with products like this, considering it's retail arbitrage, I'm just going to sell below, even if there is a map, but just sell below map for a product like this. Like even if you were to sell it at $15, there's still plenty, or maybe 15 is a bit too low, maybe $17.99. There's still plenty of profit in a product like this. $4.81, 86% ROI. By dropping the price to $17.99, you'll probably maybe even double the sales. So it's 50 sales per month. It'll probably be above 100 if you drop the price to something that's more reasonable. So a lot of products, their price is actually not reasonable sometimes on Amazon, and people don't buy. When you drop the price on some of the products, I know it's a controversial take, but I'm not saying to drop the price on reasonable things. I'm talking about the times where the price is literally unreasonable. Like there are things that they should be going for $20 and people are selling them because there's no other sellers selling them for $60. Why? You barely make any sales. Sell it at a reasonable price. Make supply and demand work correctly. If supply and demand works correctly, the actual products sell. You'll probably make more money in the long run, and you obviously want to have a lot of sales to make money. Because why sell one and make $30 profit when you can sell 50? $30 per unit on one when you can sell 50 and you can make, overall more profit. So that's why I think, in some cases you should probably just drop the price. So yeah, this one's a good one. Apart from this low sales rank, it's decent. Let's go and check out the next one. So it looks like there are no sellers on this one at the moment. And yeah, just checking out the chart, we can see that the sellers ran out. They ran dry. So the high BSR is probably due to that. Due to no sellers. When there were a lot of sellers over here in these periods here, the BSR was quite low. It's actually below 65,000. It's around, 50, even 20,000. So it's a fast seller if the price is reasonable. Now, obviously, you don't want to price at this point because it's a loss. But if you're going to price it around this point here, $24, $25, there's a bit of profit in it at that price. And you'll probably get a very decent BSR of around 30, 40,000, which 40,000 it sells. 40,000 like 200-300 sales per month. So I'm going to consider this price for me. That this, what's that? 23. Let's just go $25. You'll probably get around 40k BSR if you get this. If you'll sell this at $25. So I'm going to type in 25 right, or not 250. 250 is a lot of profit. So $25. We're making $1.27. Obviously, we probably want a bit more than that. So we can go to 29. At $29, we're the only seller. The BSR will probably be around 60,000, maybe 60-ish thousand, which is still okay. There's a bit of profit, 32% ROI. I think that is probably reasonable. So maybe we can look at it at that point there. $29. Yeah, at $29, it's a go for me. I reckon it's good. 32% ROI, probably around 200-300 sales. It's fine. All right, next is this one here. Okay, what I'm noticing right now is a huge increase in sellers at the moment. So if you look at the chart, the seller count went all the way up and the buy box dropped all the way down. So it's pretty much simple supply and demand, dynamics at play. Too many sellers, they drop the price to compete against each other. They drop the price. The BSR goes down along with them because more buyers buying it, but less profit for us sellers. But there's high sales at the moment. I'd probably avoid this because I wouldn't want to see this trend continuing. It seems that there are a lot of sellers getting this product, and it might get worse. It might get better, but it'll probably get worse, in my opinion. It's really hard to just say, yeah, it'll probably go back up. It will only go back up if the sellers really sell off and there aren't any more sellers. So looking at this right now, I see there's heaps of sellers. There's 19 FBA offers and 6 FBM offers. So in my opinion, that's a pass for me. I wouldn't be considering this one at all. So I'm not gonna be considering this one. I'm considering this one and this one, but not this one. Next, this one here has a lot of Amazon on it. So let's go check it out. So Amazon's selling at $19.17. So you pretty much don't need to consider Amazon a competitor on this one because there's an FBM seller selling at $6.33. So to beat out that FBA seller, what's our break-even price? It's break even is $10.89. So if we were to get it, sell it at $12, we might begin. We probably will be getting the buy box, but there's no profit in there. The lowest FBA seller is at $17.15. So what if we were selling at $15.99? What would things look like? Here it becomes decent. So we have 83% ROI and excuse me, 83% ROI and $4.32 worth of profit. Now the next question is, will you get the buy box at that price off a very cheap FBM seller? That's a question. That's a difficult question to answer. But if we were to go maybe $13.99, profit will be $2.32. $2.62, 50% ROI, which is still decent. There's a much higher chance that you'll get the buy box as an FBA seller at that price. So at that price, yes, I will consider it. The sales are decent. Now we don't have to worry about Amazon being in stock because they're priced well above well above the FBA, the other sellers. So no, we don't have to worry about them. At this price, I will consider it. We probably get around 50 to 100 sales per month on a product like this, as long as you're beating out all the other sellers, because you're priced lower than the other FBA sellers, and just where you need to be considering the other FBM sellers. So this one is a decent product. Another one that I would probably consider. Let's go ahead and mark this one as well. Okay, this one's a hazmat. I'm not going to deal with hazmat at the moment. This one here, we have the brand selling it. The brand is a seller. Let's go ahead and just check it out, see if the brand shares. From what I see, they're the only seller. So yeah, you want to avoid anyone where the brand is the only seller. We're going to go ahead and pass on that one. Neocutis. Okay, let's go check this one out. Okay, only one seller. That's one red flag right there. One FBM seller, active recovery. Yeah, I'd probably avoid it just because there is another just one seller. That's a bit of a red flag, and there's historically been only really one seller. Like it looks like there are periods of time where one new seller would jump on and they jump off straight away. Now, interesting question would be if they are online arbitrage sellers and they're coming on with a very small amount of stock. That'll be one interesting question, but there's so much profit in this, $35 worth of profit, that I'm almost interested to test it out. And the sales are decent. The sales are decent. There's quite a few sales per month. So great break-even strength. Everything is actually very positive. It's a 4-star. It's a 4-star ASIN. So it's actually not bad. It's quite enticing. It's kind of like the product that if you can list it, maybe why not try it out? You don't even have to put it at $125. You can put it at like $119, for example. It's still nice. Still a lot of profit. You'll probably get 100% of the buy box, and there's plenty of profit. Maybe just test it out with like 12 units, see how it goes. I think it's kind of it's a good one. It seems like it could be good, at least. Okay, let's check out this one. $16.64 profit, 45% ROI. Okay, so during this whole period from October and before, it was quite unprofitable, but it's been very profitable ever since in the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. That's because there's not too many sellers. I'm just checking out the chart. You see in October, there's been a drop in sellers ever since April, where there was 34 offer count, and after that, it's down to 17, and at the moment it's around 6 or 7. So the average offer count was around 17, and at the moment it's only 7. So there's not too many offers at the moment. It's actually 6 at the moment. The cheapest price is $79.95. Quite a bit of profit in it for this little pony. Nice. Seems okay. No Amazon. Sales are low. Not too many. A product like this, looking at the sales, it probably sells a bit over 50 a month. The recommendation is to buy 25. I wouldn't buy more than 12. It's an expensive product as well. 12 times $35. What's that? 350 plus another 70, $420 worth. I wouldn't buy too many because it's an expensive product, but I would consider it just buying 12 units, make a bit of profit. Seems okay. Now, if you can list it, have a look at it. Why not? Okay, what's this? Some type of makeup thing, I assume. I really don't know that type of stuff, but I don't care either. So no profit in this one. Price is too high. Just want to check out the competition. Yeah, there's no profit. I'm going to avoid it. Even though the break-even strength is good, because historically it's been a good product, right now someone jumped on and they dropped the price considerably and it doesn't look good anymore. It's a loser. So the thing is, you don't know how much longer this will continue, this type of reaction. So it's probably best to avoid products that are currently losers or have been historically losers. Why risk it? Even in its best, in the best case scenario where the price is around $44, how profitable is it there? Is it very profitable? Is it worth considering at $44? $9 profit, 37% ROI. It's not bad, but still there aren't any sales. Even at this low price, the sales are very low. It is part of a variation, so don't take the BSR, at word. It's not 24,000 BSR divided by the amount of variations that are on it. So I wouldn't mess around with this one. I don't think it's a good product. Okay, so this one's an interesting one. So Amazon sells it, but they do share the buy box. I'm just looking at the chart now. So I see this here. And this here. So Amazon does share the buy box on this one. I see this period here where Amazon wasn't selling it, and it's ultra profitable. It's a 10 pack. So we have to also look, is it sold as a 10 pack from our supplier? It is sold as a 10 pack from the supplier. Okay, so it is sold. So that is the price, and that's a ridiculous price. Okay, so it's a ridiculously low price, that is. So $16, 258% ROI. These are some of the products where you see online arbitrage sellers kill it. It's because they find some deals like this, and it's like they just make 250% ROI. But the problem is they can't buy too many of them. That's the issue with it. If you could buy, this one doesn't sell in high volume, but let's assume it did. If you could buy 200 of these, if I could actually buy 200-300 of these from a supplier instead of an online retail store, I would list a product at around $15.99. The sales rank will drop heaps. $16.99. That's not much. That's not much. I'll probably around $20.99. Yeah, something like that. 100% ROI, much cheaper. The sales rank will be around this part here, so it'll probably be around, what's that? Maybe 100,000, 90,000 consistently. Heaps of profit. I think I'll probably drop it to that price, make 200 sales per month times this amount rather than make 10 sales. But yeah, the price is there at 32.83. So let's just type in that 32.80, and I would consider, of course, it's so profitable. Why not? Maybe between 12 and 36 units, because it's cheap. I don't care if it takes more than a month to sell off. You might as well. Next. So we have a big increase in sellers on this one. It's kind of starting to drop off at the moment, but is it still worth it? It's a question to ask. Is it worth it? There are quite a few buy box contenders. There are 4 people that are within buy box contention, so it kind of doesn't seem like it's that many. You don't get many sales after all the sellers. So 20 sales per month, $2.48 worth of profit. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to skip this one. Let's go to the next one. $22.34. Let's go check this one out. That's the break even, and $6.48 worth of profit. This one's nice. Let's see what it comes from. So it's a bundle. It comes as a bundle from the supplier. So it seems like a good product. The numbers look okay. Just want to check out the sales. So the sales rank is low, high, and the actual sales volume is low. So there aren't too many sales. So if we buy the recommended, which is 17 units, that would mean 17 times $6.48. That's above $100 profit per month. So that's not bad. That still seems okay in my opinion. As long as you're making over $100, and 68% ROI is obviously good. So that's good. The break even strength looks great. The sellers aren't too many. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not a deal breaker. 4 FBA sellers is okay, even though that 2 of them are within buy box contention. So you have this one here and this seller here. Seems like it's okay. Not that bad. And you could probably drop the price a bit lower, $28.99. Get more sales. Now this one has low profit, and from what I see, low BSR as well. So I'm not going to mess around with this one. I'm just looking at it from here. You can still, you can click on the quick view everything there, or you can just view the things from here. You can view the chart and all the details here. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with this one. And the last one is this. It's a 2-pack of whatever that is, crunches, potato chips, $2.87 worth of profit. Okay, I am interested in seeing this because I see an FBM seller. Maybe we can price above them. So there are no FBA sellers on this listing. Just looking at their pricing, $20.99, all these prices, I feel that we can jump in at around $23, $24 maybe, and just dominate. If you have to drop the price, you can go to maybe $22.99. You'll still beat out the FBM seller. I think it's a good product. Let's just let's check out the chart as well. You can check out the chart from here as well. So what do we have here? Yeah, the chart's good. So there are periods here where it drops lower, but I'm guessing they're FBM sellers, and yeah, I'm guessing they're FBM sellers. Yeah, they are FBM sellers. Yeah. So every time the chart the buy boxes drop real low below our break even, it's been FBM sellers. So I'm not too phased about them. It's okay. You can compete against them even in these periods here. I'm guessing they're FBM. Yeah, they're all FBM sellers. So that's fine. I'm not worried about the actual. I'm not worried about the competition on this one. The sales rank isn't too good, but still you can kind of improve it. So this is my list. I'm going to go ahead and send this to a short list, and we're going to call this live PR video 10, and we're going to just put the word OA next to it because it's an OA list. It's not a wholesale list. If you want to check out the wholesale lists, you can see the other videos. So we're adding this to the short list. And we're going to go ahead and go to the shortlist and check this out now. Okay, so let's see if it's still worth it. Okay, so let's see what the recommendation is to buy on what we should buy for some of these. So this one says 200 sales per month. So there's no real competition because there's no other sellers. Let's check it. Yeah, there's no other sellers on this. So you could technically buy all 200 of these. We're going to pretend that the retailer has as many as we want. So we'll just buy 120 of these. Even though I actually feel that it's the number's kind of sus where it says 192,000, but I do see that the BSR has been the sales rank has been much better in the past. So I do think it's because it's so high. It's 192,000 because there are no sellers on it at the moment. So I think buying 120 is actually kind of reasonable. So we're going to have an order start to form up here. So we have 120 units. The goods are going to cost $1,680. Prep plus goods. And then we're looking at around $560 profit so far with ordering these 120. Let's continue the order. So here we have a recommendation to buy 100 units because we have an FBM seller in the buy box. I remember this one. Just want to check it out again. If we jump in at $13.99, we're going to be beating out all the FBA sellers, and we'll probably beat the FBM sellers as well. 100 is a bit too much. I'll probably go for 60 units of this one. We have these three little doggies here, the bundle. Okay, the recommendation says to buy 17, so we can't really buy too many of this one. 50 units, yeah, this one, we can't go heavy on this one. So I'll just buy around 12. Next, Cow Camp, whatever that is. Recommendation is to buy 50 units. We're dropping the price way below. On this one, we're looking at dropping the price way below the closest FBA competitor. So that would probably mean we'll dominate the sales. So that's why the recommendation is to buy 50. I'd probably go ahead and buy they're probably in cases of 6. So I'll go ahead and buy 48 or order 48. Next, we have the little horsey or the little pony. From what I remember, it doesn't sell in very high volumes. So the recommendation is to buy 25. There's quite a bit of profit on this. So let's go ahead and just order. Yeah, I wouldn't buy too many, probably like 12 or something like this. because it's expensive as well. It's a $35 product. You know, you don't want to go wrong on a $35 product. If it costs like $3-4, whatever, you know, it can be a mistake. It's fine, but you don't want expensive mistakes. You want cheap mistakes. So yeah, like if they sell off within a month and everything goes well, next order you can buy 36, 48, you know, whatever the number is. Oh, that's right. I remember this. The plug, the outlet. So the recommendation is to buy 50, because we're dropping the price. We're not dropping it too much. So let's consider. Let's unset this. So we're considering this as the buy box. What's the recommendation? It's to buy 25. Okay, we can go ahead and buy 24 of these. Okay, let's take another look at this one, because I remember this one doesn't sell. The recommendation is to buy a lot, but it's a very expensive product. There's only one seller, so there's a few there's a few red flags. You probably want to add it to your inventory to see if you can actually sell it first. But I'm not going to do that now. But assuming that it is a product that we can sell, I still wouldn't buy too many. I would probably buy around a maximum of 12, because what's 12 going to cost us if we buy 12? I'm just going to scroll over. 12 costs $799. So it's not, you know, if it is a mistake, it's an expensive mistake. You wouldn't want to go ahead and buy the maximum amount recommended on a product like this, because that's 300. If we were to buy 300 on this, what's that mean? That's almost 20 grand. That's a lot of money. Yeah. So you wouldn't want to buy that many. So start off with 12. If things go well, keep buying more and more and more, and then, you know, eventually get to 300 if everything works out fine. And lastly, we have this one. And what are the numbers here? The recommendation is to buy 50. It's buying in case of, I'm assuming case of a 6 or 12. Let's just buy 48, which is I'm assuming 48 is a multiple of 12. No, it's not. 12 plus 12 plus 12, 36. Oh, no, it is a multiple of 12. So 48 is fine. And now we've kind of formed our order. So what we're looking at is 336 units, just under $4,000 worth of goods. Prep plus goods is $4,200. That's our fees. That's our revenue. That's our profit. 23% margin, 53% ROI. Let's go ahead and print off this list. So download this, and let's download it as a purchase order. I'm just going to open this one, and right there. And this is our order. So it's just under 4 grand. So this is an interesting one. Yeah. Anyway, so online arbitrage, is it still worth it these days? I'm not sure. You know, a lot of online arbitrage sellers are complaining. It's getting hard to ungate for products. The invoices are no longer working. They're not literally invoices, they're receipts. They're no longer working. It's a hard decision to make if you should still be doing online arbitrage these days. I prefer wholesale, that's just me, but I still feel that there is opportunity in online arbitrage for some people, and it's a great way to get, you know, start dabbling in Amazon selling in general. It's very easy to get into, but you do need to do a lot of product research. Anyway, stay tuned for the future videos. If you like this one, drop a like, drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're more interested about how to use Astro, join the Telegram group and we can discuss giving you access. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.